Right now, your brain is hallucinating reality. And the craziest part is that hallucination is actually useful. You do not experience the world directly. You experience a reconstruction, a filtered interpretation built by your brain, strictly from incomplete information, memory, prediction, emotion, and survival mechanisms. Which means two people could look at the exact same world and experience completely different realities. Let's start with the eyes. The eyes only capture a very limited spectrum of light, right? We've heard of infrared, Bluetooth, hell, other dimensions. There are light particles that our eyes simply cannot capture. We can barely see at night. Other animals and species have adapted to have better sight than us, but we don't see everything. Hearing is limited to certain frequencies. We don't hear the really low ones. We don't hear the really high ones. We have blind spots. Without this camera in front of me, in my memory, I don't know what's behind me. My brain is actively shaping everything that's behind me. My downstairs, my bedroom, my kitchen, based on memory. And until I walk in there, it can be totally different. The brain fills gaps automatically, all the time. Haven't you ever wondered why two people can remember the exact same traumatic situation very differently, and an objective eye can step in and offer clarity to that situation? This is how the brain works. It likes familiarity, and I've addressed this in several videos, and it prefers survival over what's actually true. The whole goal of the brain is to keep you alive. That's its main function. We added the extra shit. Your brain was never designed to show you objective truth. It was designed to keep you alive. Why do you think optical illusions work so well? Or the placebo effect. How pharmacists and scientists will give two different individuals. One gets the real drug, the other gets a sugar pill. The one with the sugar pill perceives the effects of the real drug, even though nothing new has entered their system other than sugar. You ever stop to wonder why that is, or why we have so much fear and darkness? Even the bravest souls in complete darkness, the mind, the brain, will start to create things that aren't even there. Social anxiety. We perceive new social situations as possibly threatening. That's why people get anxious. That's what social anxiety comes from, because the brain is uncertain. These are new people, new situations, a new group, a new area. How do I keep my person safe? That's all the brain cares about. How do I keep my person safe? By expending the least amount of energy. Because you gotta understand something. The brain consumes a large portion of energy from us on a daily basis. So whatever it can do to fill in the gaps and ease that energy consumption, it will do it. There's even something that has come up in recent years, I'd like to say since about pandemic of 2020, the Mandela effect, where collectively people are identifying things that they believe that we remember or occurred, but we don't remember happened in between that time, what actually changed and what is now. For example, Fruit of the Loom. They changed from the cornucopia. People believe we've entered a new timeline. And it sounds interesting. I even dove into it for a minute and latched onto it. And then I started to think, what if the company just simply changed the logo and everyone forgot? It's a very strange phenomenon that occurs amongst humanity. We collectively forget and remember things altogether. That's where the thinking of reality being a hallucination comes into play. And if it is indeed a hallucination, it's one of the strongest hallucinations known to man. To take it deeper, we have currently entered an age where attention is currency. It's becoming money now. And attention is effectively shaping our perception of reality. It filters your experience. Think of the algorithm and how it influences your perception. Every video you skip, every video you stay on, the algorithm models that behavior and shows you more of what you like and less of what you don't like. If your perspective is slightly narrow and you don't engage with other world views, your perception of the world and the reality that we actually exist in becomes distorted. The biggest thing I've noticed is the outrage and things that you see online are real, but they occur in pockets, not everywhere. Usually more isolated than anything. Because when I go outside on a daily basis, 75% of the shit that I see on social media, I do not experience in real life. But that's just me. And this is not to say that technology is just horrible. Technology helped shape modern civilization. Social media gave us reach that most average people would never have. Gave people the ability to create businesses out of nothing, show a different part of themselves, become more creative, speak their mind without the threat of physical harm. So that much is true. However, if attention shapes perception, then whoever controls attention, they essentially control an aspect of reality. Think about it. The media will scare the shit out of you. We all know it, especially large news stations. They control the narrative. And if that's all you consume, that's all you'll believe. Especially if you don't ask questions. They're incentivized for it. Why? The more they scare you, the more you tune in. Because you look to the news to tell you what's happening next or what to do. So it can seem like reality is an actual hallucination. And I'm not here to discredit anyone from that thinking or ruin it. You need clarity. Because walking around believing that reality is a hallucination will do us no good. It will not create progress. It will not further your agendas. It will not save you from your situation. In fact, I'd argue that that line of thinking is extremely nihilistic. And it could put a person in a state of mind of what's the point? When life is so much more than a collective hallucination. Here's where it gets unsettling when you really think about it. We are slowly becoming more attached to digital reality than physical reality. Think about how many times a person wakes up and immediately reconnects. Before physical touch, before a conversation. In 2026, usually the first thing a person grabs when they open their eyes is their phone. That's the reconnection right there. And it's not because you need to, it's out of habit. Before sunlight, before silence, before reflection, before even speaking to another human being. Notifications, messages, algorithms, feeds, validation loops, the rage fear cycle. And the scary part is this. This gradually happened enough that most of us barely even noticed. Hell, some still don't notice. We document experiences before fully living them. We measure moments by engagement. We maintain digital identities almost as carefully as physical. Some people, they make a post, and if they don't get enough likes, their entire day is ruined. That's how deeply ingrained the digital self has become into the physical. And a part of me believes that at a certain point as we continue, most will choose to opt out of physical reality in hopes that the digital one is better. Reminds me of that movie Gamer, Ready Player One, Ender's Game, those type of films. I believe we're headed there. Some people now spend more time interacting with screens than with nature. They spend more time consuming other people's lives than building their own. And this is not some anti-technology rant. In fact, I love technology. Love it. I'm not a person that doesn't live without it. Phone, I'm a gamer. I got a PC, you know what I mean? Cameras galore. I love tech. It's technology has produced some of the greatest tools humanity have ever created. But psychologically, we are entering territory humans have never experienced before. Because for the first time in history, billions of people exist in two realities simultaneously. Physical reality, digital reality. And whether people admit it or not, the digital one is becoming emotionally dominant. Likes affect mood, comments affect confidence, algorithms influence belief systems, online narratives shape real world behavior. Entire careers now exist digitally. Friendships exist digitally. Relationships exist digitally. Status exists digitally. So ask yourself something honestly. If the digital world disappeared tomorrow, how mentally prepared are you for that? No social media, no constant stimulation, no instant validation, no infinite entertainment, no notifications, no algorithm feeding your mind every few seconds. A lot of people would experience genuine psychological withdrawal. They become depressed. Hell, some of the weaker minds may snap. People already panic when the Wi-Fi goes out. People feel phantom vibrations in their pocket. People reach for phones during moments of silence without even thinking about it. And honestly, this shouldn't be a controversial thing. Humans hate to admit when they are losing agency over themselves. We can't stand it. We love to believe that we are in control of everything that we do. I'm here to tell you, unfortunately, we are not. It's conditioning. You've been conditioned. We all have. And this page isn't about escape, it's about adaptation. It's not about escaping modern life. It's not pretending technology is evil. It's about recognizing something very important. The human mind adapts to whatever it spends the most time in. And right now, humanity is spending more time in digitally engineered environments than natural ones. And maybe that's part of why so many people feel mentally fragmented, overstimulated, and disconnected from themselves. And this ties into my next section. When the brain receives too much input, it stops distinguishing between what matters and what merely demands attention. The overstimulation, the confusion, identity, stability, endless comparisons, emotional exhaustion, they will burn you out of empathy. They burn you out on it. Everybody's confused. No one knows what is true anymore. Hell, a lot of people seem to have forgotten how to do research. They depend on the media influencers to give them the next big thing. What's going on? And there's not anything necessarily wrong with that if the source is indeed a credible one. But these days, the word credibility is thrown around more than dirty socks. We do not allow ourselves to be dominated by fear.
We don't do that here.
We seek clarity in a world full of noise. I offer you clarity in this world full of noise. It's why people feel so lost. I myself have to put the phone down. And I study the content. I study the algorithm. I study people's videos, the hooks, the midsections, the endings, what they about. I have to get off of it because it'll consume you. Certain videos, I find myself angry after watching them. And it's not even necessarily something that may be pertaining to me. Just sit with that for a while. Think about how many times you've seen the video and then you mad or you anxious and you can't explain why. This is why we feel lost. Because And I will repeat this until you get it. Reality is not necessarily a hallucination. We are filling gaps in, our brain is, rather, filling gaps in due to a plethora of incomplete information. There's no nuance online anymore. No counter arguments. No following the conclusion to the very end. People can't seem to handle multiple truths at once, as if one thing must be absolute and the other thing must be done away with. Bullshit. That's not how reality works. And as much as a part of us would like this to be a hallucination, shit, sometimes I wonder. It won't change how we operate in reality as it stands. If I go lose an arm, no amount of believing hallucination will save my arm. Arm gone. Pain, blood, doctors, that type of shit. I offer you a way back to reality. Silence. Give yourself 30 minutes to an hour of silence a day. However you can find it. You ain't got to sit there and meditate. Don't matter. Sit in the car. Go for a walk. No music. Cut all the shit off in the crib. Tell the kids go play for a little bit. Get a wife a couple $2 to go shopping or something. Whatever you gotta do, give yourself some silence. The world is too noisy these days. Intentionality. I promised myself this year I would operate with more intention in everything that I do. This is one of those things. Operate with intention. Don't operate randomly. Don't just go out this motherfucker just winging it. Operate with intent. Discipline. I say this all the time. Discipline does not mean that you have to become a rigid individual. Discipline does not mean you can no longer have fun. Discipline does not mean that you cannot indulge as an adult. Discipline means doing what's necessary even when you don't want to. Maintaining your responsibilities, prioritizing, handling things and doing things in moderation. That's discipline. Persistent actions. Real world, go outside, real world experiences. Go outside, mingle with the phone in the pocket. It's tempting to pull it out, scroll, look at TikTok, put it back. Even when we go out to dinners, I did it a couple of days ago at my niece's graduation dinner. I had to put it away because I kept looking at it. I was worried about how my videos would perform. Physical connection. Get a hug. Hold a hand. Visit mama, visit pop, visit grandma, visit grandpa, visit auntie, uncle. Get into the real world. Nature. You can't beat nature. I ain't the biggest nature guy, but I do respect it. And to me, nature is the biggest proof we have of something beyond us. It operates without human guidance. It operates out without our intervention. It did it before we became what we are. And if something should happen and humanity is no more, nature will continue to thrive and exist long after we go. It does not need us. Relationships. Cater to your relationships, your friendships. Call. Reach out. Invite people over. It don't always have to be a party. Sit and talk. People are scared to have real life conversations anymore for fear of offending someone or being offended. We are adults. We should be able to have conversations and disagreements without somebody getting ugly about it. And create. Choose production over consumption as much as you possibly can. That's what I did. I stopped consuming so much. I would much rather produce these videos for you because there was a time in my life when no one offered Quint any type of clarity. Reality becomes a lot clearer when you reduce the noise. The goal is not escaping modern life. The goal is learning how to see clearly inside of it. Remember this, no matter how advanced technology becomes, you still have to decide what deserves your attention. Because eventually, your attention becomes your reality. Subscribe to reality.